We're on. Go.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Tanya Mullings Show here on the BarnBurner TV network on Zingo TV channel 250. You can download the Zingo TV app for any iOS and Android device and watch us on any smart TV 2016 and up. And I'm so happy to welcome to my show Antigua and Barbuda's Reggae Ambassador, Caution. Welcome to the show. How you doing, my friend?
Greetings. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
It's so good to have you. First off, I'd like to send a shout out to all the dads out there. Happy Father's Day. I hope you are enjoying your day and getting spoiled. And of course, happy Father's Day to you, Caution. I tried to ring you today, but you was there with the family doing your movie thing. So I know you was enjoying your day with the family.
Yeah. I don't know if they spoiled me though.
No, not enough.
I don't know if they spoiled me. Not enough. I'm kind of like a greedy fellow when it comes to them, you know.
You know why they haven't spoiled you? Because you've been home a lot lately. Normally you're on the road, so they're used to you home now. And they're like, oh, Dad's here every day.
Yeah, but happy Father's Day. And no matter what, to everybody that's listening to us. And I just want to, wish everybody, health, strength, and love.
Yes.
And family.
That's nice. So nice. Yes, of course. So I want to talk about your journey. You have been here for decades in the industry, of course, being Antigua and Barbuda's Reggae Ambassador. Tell me a little bit. Huh?
Don't say it like that. It might make me feel old.
You look good, man. You look good. You're there a long time and you look fit and nice. You're looking good. You take care. Yeah, man. I want to know, just how you started in the industry, a little bit of your story of your upbringing and so forth from the beginning.
Music itself, from the beginning, as far as I can remember, is like the music was always around me. No matter how I tried to maybe, no, it's not that important. It's always something happening that it gravitated back to me. From a very, very young age. I remember when I was a little boy, my uncles and them guys used to play. We lived across the street from the school, and it was an open pasture. I love how it had looked, because it was just surreal in my head how it looked now and what it looked like then. And they used to sit down across the road and with banjos for people who knows that. And when they used to play those folk songs, old time songs and beat and cheese pan and biscuit pan and so on, and as for drum, and I don't know if you know what is a shack, the shaker that grows on the tree, right? So when it was kind of long, and when it dries out and you start to shake it have a nice sound to it. So it was, that itself was like a memory in my mind that just drove me to want to be there, because it was fun. I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed listening to the songs that they used to sing at that time. And then it went from one thing, and then another uncle on my father's side. He's a very, very good musician, a great guitarist. Ted. Ted had a band, Mastermind, and your uncles and your aunts, them tend to take advantage of us when we're little children and want to make us work extra hard, So when they used to go to the hotels, now he would carry me to help lift instruments.
Okay.
And you kind of always around it, and I got into the mode whereby I like this, Then the music itself, I got a little record player.
Yeah.
Which still had it. I'm wondering if it's still in my closet at home. And I had gotten, when Yellow Man had come out, with one of his albums, and then I got an album with Uprising for Bob Marley.
Okay. Yes.
And 96 Degrees from Third World, that album. And Jacob Miller was like, those were the songs that I actually, the albums that I actually had, and I was listening to them albums. And we didn't really have, radio in that time was a difficult thing because you didn't have more than one radio station.
Okay.
Right? So you didn't really get much music like that, and then the stations would close down at a certain time in the evening. So you have to wait till the next day to listen any kind of music, whatever that case may be. And the TV was the same way. We only had one TV at that, one channel, I should say. At that time was ABS, and for years it was like that before cable came in. So you was kind of limited. So you see them albums there that I had, but I'm nearly rub off everything off of it.
I was gonna say that, well, scratch up.
It was to play them like crazy. But you kind of cherished when you had at that time there.
Yeah.
When you got stuff, right? It's not like now where we just have an enormous amount of different things and so on, like different gadgets and so on to play with.
Mhm.
That record player was like my life.
Yes.
Right? The records itself, you don't want no one to touch them records because you just want to just play music. And then I noticed I started to find a love for not just playing the music, but singing.
Yeah.
And then I started to write, and I would sit down and write poems and so on, and realize that I could turn them into stuff. And then as I was going around, my uncle, he would tell me that anything that you can come up with, you can put a melody to it.
Yeah.
And he would kind of coach me in that way. And slowly it just started to manifest itself into not just wanting to do it, but a divine love for the music, because I realized what I was listening to, I was not just listening to the songs just to hear some nice reggae music and whatnot. I was listening to the content.
Yeah.
What it was doing. So it was coming from a place where it was educating me in such a way that the lyrics itself was resonating even far more.
Mm-hmm.
And what the message itself and how it actually made me feel as a person and emotionally, because different songs kind of play on you in many different ways.
Yeah.
So it grew that way. And then, after a while, you started to find, there was a band that I used to love listening to, What Deadly Experience.
Mm-hmm.
What Deadly Experience was one of the maybe the only reggae band that I can remember at that time, because Antigua is known for calypso and soca music. At that time, it was mostly calypso and Bena soca, right? Okay. So the reggae band, What Deadly Experience, the guy that used to lead sing and the leader for the band, Mikey had that Gregory Isaac kind of vibe.
Okay.
Right? Different singer, but he had that kind of persona down pat, almost like he knew about it way before we did.
Yeah.
So the culture itself came from another way. As a youth, when you saw these guys play, it's like, wow. And they were great musicians, like amazing the things that they would do.
Yeah. They stood out because they were the only one doing reggae music, right?
Yeah. Okay. But from a level, now that I'm much older, when I remember hearing them play and what they were actually doing, they were doing stuff that you see them rock and roll artists doing, but in reggae. If you can recall what Third World used to do, like maybe 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like stuff like what these guys were doing. So, we weren't getting it from one way, but we got it from another way.
Yeah, they were ahead of the time.
Yes, I would say so. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
So around them times there, around what age were you when you started to embrace that era of time?
I would say maybe I started to look at music much differently when I was maybe 12, 13, 14, around that time there. I was always around it before.
Yeah.
Right? but it was like you never take it seriously.
Yeah.
But you know, faith has a way that it always leads you, right?
Yeah.
Leads you to where you're supposed to be. And I realize that now in a lot of ways, that sometimes you notice you're going through life, and if your consciousness is deep enough, you will start to wonder, well, why is this happening this way? You know, it keeps steering you into a way. If it, even if you notice that the people that come into your life, right?
Yep.
It always seems that somebody is coming into it. Like God is working in a way. Okay, Tanya, I need you to go this way, but I don't want to exactly tell you, go that way.
Yeah.
And that's what it was always happening. People in music itself was always in my life from the time I can remember. In school, I used to go to a Sunnyside, which was a private school, and every talent show them used to have, it always seemed like I was the ringleader inside of it, because we used to love it.
That was me. They couldn't find enough people to fill it up, so I had to do like 5 things to fill up the show.
It's like every single thing that used to happen, you find yourself gravitating to it, whether it's helping to put it together, whether it's going to sing, whether it's to go dance, because them time them used to love for dance. So every one of the dance thing them they used to come out.
Yeah. I'm laughing because you just brought back memories for me, because I was doing one year where I was dancing, and then I ran out with my best friend and we were doing the emceeing. Somebody else would come on, then we run backstage. I'd come out and sing. It was
multitask.
So we were doing it all because there was too many people too shy to fill up the actual township, but we wanted to make it happen so bad. That's how we did it. So you just brought back memories for me too. That was nice.
That was it. That was it. But it was always a situation where I was almost being pulled.
Yeah.
Pulled to it. Yeah, it was inevitable.
Yeah.
You know, but you can't escape it. Once it's for you, it's gonna be for you.
Yeah.
You know, no matter how you try about it.
Yeah. So when was the first time that you said, okay, yeah, you're watching all this, you're loving music and everything. When was the first time that said, okay, you're going to go on a show or you're going to record? When was that?
Well, I went to New York. Well, not me. I didn't go willingly. You know, I went kicking like crazy when them put me on Air Canada for flying to go to New York in my teens. You know, I'm very young.
Where you run from, the cool?
Well, no, I did. You see, the thing of it is, they sold me on the idea that, oh, you're gonna love the snow and this and that and whatnot. And I remember we used to live at in the Bronx and 228th Street. Right. I don't know if you ever heard about this club named HQ.
Yes.
It's like that was the mecca for dancehall. And we lived right on right where HQ was, on the corner there. Well, not on the corner, but the building next to HQ. So every weekend, when from Friday night come till Sunday, the apartment was shaking. Every dancehall artist you can think about come through there, and not to mention all the things that used to happen on the street after. It was like a scary time, but just like I said, it's like things just gravitate in such a way. So in the daytime and so on, I knew the people that run the place as a child because I was a young kid. But you see all the speaker box them going like thousands and thousands of speaker boxes. To us, what it looked like, you know, when you're small, everything just look huge. You know,
it's just like when you leave middle school and go to high school, but you go back to middle school and it looks so small.
What? I don't remember looking like that. You know, so the music itself, from in the daytime, we were children, we were playing, right? And you would see the trucks, them come and loading up equipment after equipment inside of this building. And you get to go inside there when they're doing it, right? and
Yeah.
and hang around and run around while you're doing, and them guys talk to you and so on, and but you start to see things that you were around prior to that and interested in that, and then you realize that no matter what you try to do, you keep drawing back to it. And I was hearing the music all the time. So in them time, I started to learn to play.
Okay.
Right, to play in an instrument. I was playing bass at the time. And then we formed a little group in school.
Okay.
And that them time there was more DJ. They were playing, we were playing the music and rapping.
Okay.
And that was in when I was in PS21 on 226th Street there in the Bronx.
Okay.
Right. So we used to have like go to the community centers and play music, and you start rap da 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 da. Can't rap no more, but so don't ask me to do that.
When you're rapping, they want to hear a piece of the rapping.
Yeah, man. But that's what we used to do that, and we did that for a while, and it was fun because we, and I think it was more for the girls.
Yeah.
Because we were.
No, so what happened? You can tell me, say you break dance too, them time there?
No, me try, but I try.
Me not wrong you, just spin on your head, it's not good.
No, you can't do that. No, I tried, but that's what we were doing at them time. And then, slowly as time progressed, we started to, I started to get around other people, Jamaicans. I started to meet other young guys, Jamaicans that shared the same passion as I, as music, as far as playing music is concerned. And we used to get together in over by one of my friends' house, and we started to just play, more like McNice.
But back then you thought you were going on with a thing though, right?
Yeah, man, we was going on with a thing still, but as slowly and slowly it started to, okay, this sounds interesting.
Yes. Yeah.
And it went from there and kept going on. And then we started to do these little I wouldn't say stage shows, but the community, there was a lot of community centers in the Bronx, in the area there, whereby they had programs to keep kids off the street, because at them time it was a little rough. Right? Yeah. We spent many times around from gunfire.
Oh,
right? So they tried to create a lot of stuff to keep the kids them from off the street, and it was good.
Yeah.
But little bit after that, I finally convinced my mother to send me back home, which was I loved that. And when I went back to Antigua, when I went back to Antigua, I would say that the music thing really took shape and started going, because Antigua is full of musicians. There's a lot of musicians in Antigua. And I got together with some friends of mine, and we formed this band, and I was keyboard player and lead vocalist in the band. Along with one of the other guys, and I started to play, and we was gigging, doing like the club stuff in Antigua, and play at the restaurants, and one or two of the hotels we used to do stuff. And it started to go from there. And then we went to the studio for the first time. This Talawa recording studio out in a place where you call Cedar Grove. Right on the other side of the island. And we did a song called African Girl.
So that was as a group, right?
Technically it was as the group, but when the song itself was released, it was released as Caution, as Aya, as so it was seen as Caution, but them other guys was playing on it.
Okay,
right?
Can
But
I ask you, how did you come up with the name Caution? Uh-oh. Be cautious. Don't come close. What?
No, listen, coming from the Caribbean,
Yeah.
right? And growing up in any Caribbean island, I'm sure you can talk to anybody that you communicate with, and it don't take much for you to forget some kind of name, You can do some foolishness, right?
Oh,
And
nickname.
somebody start to call you something, and it just stick, right?
Okay.
You might not want it, because I never call myself that, and I don't even know what I did for somebody to start calling me, and them start to call me, and that's not my name. And it end up, and once you reject it, that's it. It done. It's a deal. You done sign the contract for life, right? Because them not going to ease up off of you.
Yeah.
When you see them, them ready to give you a name, and it's something that I noticed, because I myself turn around and do it too.
Yeah.
Right? But just some foolishness happen, and boy, you want to see stick, and you find that you call this person stick,
Yeah.
and them start calling him sticky.
Yeah. I have enough friends too. I'm around them and I say the same thing. I look at them and I be around them for years, and then I go, "What is your real name, anyways?"
Yeah, for real. I know I have a lot of people that don't even, well, now they know it, but back a number of years ago, them never knew what my real name was.
Yeah.
And I'm working with these people for years, as traveling with them and so on, and them never know my real name. Somebody walk up to them and say, is Gregory here?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Who that? Me.
Wait, are you named that?
So then after, okay, so you had the recording, and then you went on as the band recording. So it took off for you basically, because they knew you down there as the band, right?
Yeah, the song itself, African Girl, it almost, in that area of the Caribbean, it went number one.
Okay.
Right? It was African Girl was recorded with a Spider Dan.
Okay.
Was a DJ, and it was a combination between me and him.
Okay.
And the song just take off. And at them time, there was just pure 7-inch. So it was the records in them used to be pressed in Barbados.
Okay.
So I remember my friend Dread, who was working with us. Dread had put up the money to have the song pressed.
Yeah.
So we had a few thousand copies made.
Yeah.
And we went down Market Street in Antigua, because that's where everything is that happening when you're selling stuff.
Yeah.
And we stand up out by a friend of mine. She's a promoter, Cheryl's Jeanery. Cheryl responsible for bringing enough of the artists them to Antigua back in them time.
Right.
And we stand up out in the street in front of her record shop and sell off all of the records. Every single one.
Yeah.
Gone.
Everything for your pocket. Nice one.
Gone. Look, I can remember, Tanya.
Yeah.
I was, them time, I never work.
Yeah.
I never worked. I just sold. I went on the street and was selling my music. I went to the hotels and just walk on the beach in the daytime. And the tourists them time, they would, anything local, once it's local, right? So that they feel like they're buying something from the island, that's made from the island, however it's manufactured.
Oh yeah.
They would buy it.
Yeah.
And I was making more money than normal, just selling music. We just walk there and just went down there, catch the bus, and we go down there and just start to sell and keep selling.
Yeah.
So, and that happened for a while. I used to really enjoy that.
Yeah.
And then we went back to the studio again out by Talawa. And them time recording was a little bit different than now.
Yeah.
The studio only had 8 tracks,
Yes.
and almost everything had to be recording at the same time.
Yep.
Right, so the band, all the musicians had to be in there at the same time. So there was no whole heap of doing over. So you better know the thing when you're ready to do it.
Or left.
Yeah, because you think about it, you have drum, bass, guitar, 2 keyboard. That's 5 tracks already eat off right there.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And the rest of the things set up for something else. So what they used to do is record the instruments them first, and then bounce down the some of the instruments together. So once it bounces together, now you don't have that track to you can do over it, because it's coupled with maybe the 2 keyboard is now together on one track.
Yes.
So once they done do that now, and they free up the tracks them now for the vocals, that's when you actually start to do it. So it was different.
Yeah.
After that whole time there when we was doing that, going back to, I realized that I was limited in where I could go in music in Antigua.
Yeah.
In order to get beyond 108 square miles of Antigua, I had to leave.
So that's when you decided to go solo.
Yeah. Because the band itself couldn't have done it. Right?
Yeah.
It was just too much other people involved, and I saw the opportunity where other things can happen, and I was talking to them guys about it, and they were everybody was growing up now. We started to get older, and I went back to New York, and as going back to New York, I went to I was finishing up with school in Antigua, and I went back to New York and went to Palumbo Music Academy down there on Gun Hill Road for a while to kind of educate myself more, and that's when I started to meet other people, other musicians, and go into a situation now where you're starting to get exposed to other artists. And then I met some other musicians in Brooklyn. We started to record and do a bunch of recordings, a lot of recordings. Some of it never went anywhere.
Yeah.
But the fact is that it was a learning experience for me.
Exactly.
When I look back on it, because that knowledge there, you can't acquire that knowledge there. No, just like that. But it went, and it grew and grew, and then I found myself now starting to get exposed to some of the artists that I was growing up listening to.
Yes, I was waiting for that.
I was growing up listening to them, and when that start to happen, it's a totally mind-blowing experience, especially when you're just in the background, sometimes just listening to them.
Yeah.
Then I went back home again. I
couldn't deal with
New York. Yeah, man, couldn't deal with New York. And if you ever have the opportunity to go to Antigua and you see where I come from, you would understand.
I've been to Antigua. It's beautiful.
I grew up on the water. I've spent most of my life going to the beach free will as I please. And then my family is into boats. They're sailors, and all kinds of different boats. So you imagine, as a child, you have the advantage of doing all of this stuff and living on the ocean.
Yeah.
So I went back to Antigua, and then when I went back to Antigua, I would have to honestly say that the music took a different turn. I went on a show to open up for Dennis Brown.
Yes.
And at that time, I used to idolize Dennis because I just love his music.
Yeah.
And when I did the show there, it was a huge, massive show. I never been on a show in that time. That time it just seemed like it was an enormous amount of people.
Yeah.
Right? The surprising thing was the reception that I got.
Yeah.
Was great. Was beyond great for that time because I wasn't known. The people them didn't remember who it was. They thought when they started to hear the name Caution again, because you left the scene for a few
Yeah,
years,
because you're going back and forth too.
going back and forth, right? They thought that I came there with Dennis,
Okay.
right? And it was not an Antiguan artist. They didn't realize it until
Yeah.
afterwards.
Then they're like,
And
whoa, he's ours.
yeah, but the music itself is just what they heard
Yeah.
was not what they expected.
Yeah.
Which was good. And then you see, when that started to happen now, I started to every show that for that time there that would come to Antigua, I was on it. I didn't
Nice.
even have to ask. The people and them would come looking for me to do it. To the point whereby I was conscious of how much shows that I should do.
Yeah.
Right? Or any artist, because you don't ever want to saturate where you
Exactly.
are,
Exactly.
and perform too much. I was very, very much conscious of that from a young age. So you can't, not because there's like every show, if 100 show happening that you should go on all 100 shows.
No.
So I didn't do that many shows, but when I did do it,
yeah,
it made sense.
Yeah.
So then I go back to New York again.
I think you really like New York, and you're going like,
No, yeah. New York had its purpose. I went back to New York, man.
Yeah.
Because you realize that the avenue out, and I'm sure a lot of Jamaican artists that you talk to, though they're in Jamaica, they're seeking what is outside of Jamaica because of the food, You see, when they use the term of the food, they go after the food, right? You start to realize, well, listen here, I'm still kind of locked in, right?
Yeah.
The airwaves, I can't get out of it. So go back to New York. Then I started to meet a whole host of other people, and then I met George Crooks, right?
Okay.
George and Junior Burton, them used to produce Reggae Carry Fest.
Okay.
Reggae Music Fest, the biggest shows on the East Coast of America.
Yeah.
And George started to manage me.
Okay.
And when that happened, now I was exposed to some of the major shows at that time there. Well, because they were producing it.
Yeah.
Right. So every show, the Guinness Reggae Carry Fest, every year I was on all of these shows going up, and it started to grow. Then I met Ken Williams. And Ken Williams did a lot in terms of how much I was able to get my music on the airwaves at the time. And then I met Gil Bailey, and I was able to get my music, and then the connection with him, because we share the same last name.
Okay.
So it was easy. So you started to get the music, and I started to really hear what could happen.
Yeah.
Then now we start to up and down the whole America itself, the East Coast, to all the states, them from Newport, Massachusetts, Washington, D.C., North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, all of these places. I was constantly going to them, being booked to go on them. So you start to, I realized, well, yeah, man, this thing can
go on.
Can go on. And then, I went into, I had my cousin, used to play with this, band, Pio.
Yeah.
Used to play with this, band, Pio. 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 Used to play with this, b
Yeah.
Pio, crazy guitarist, right?
Okay.
Pio used to play for them soca artists, in
Okay.
Calypsonian.
Okay.
Pio one day was going to a show over in Empire skate rink in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And he tell me, listen, Caution, you want to come pick me up? I feel it's alright. He did want to, you know. You want to come pick me up?
Yeah.
There's a show going on in this place here that I know you're going to love this here.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about nothing. Everything take care of.
Yeah.
Third World is going to be there, right? And I know
Yeah.
how much you love Third World, and I'm gonna carry you over there. And it's like we went there, and I was backstage with them, and it's the first time I met them guys officially
Yes.
back in the 80s.
So here you have this album. How long ago? Dusting it off. No anti-scratch.
What?
So I know that feeling of when you're going to meet them for the first time, how you're just like, things are gone. No.
Yeah, it's like I went, and believe me, it was a mind-blowing show because every
Yeah.
time they came to Antigua, I was always at all the shows them.
Yes.
Right? I was at all the shows them that came there as a youth, and the experience itself was
Yeah.
just mind-boggling with what
Yeah.
from a musical standpoint. So meeting them now was just amazing. But then now going from that time there is almost that I kept things were just happening that drew me back into that circle itself, right? Always there. Somebody was always like the machine that was
Yeah.
happening.
Yes.
And then being around George them for the time, which was for a long time, working with them, I was given the opportunity on many different occasions to
Yeah.
work with them.
Nice. So then you started to open up for them. We have about 15 minutes left.
What?
Remember,
1 hour gone already?
I'm telling you. So I don't want to leave anything out, but I want to skip towards what we're going to talk about. But I want to, like, I know you toured with them, because we'll go explain that. We're able to tour with Third World and some of the biggest reggae acts you work with. You could just run down a few, and then we're going to get into the mission. What I'd like you to talk about actually is that incident where you got the chance to go to represent, give your time, your energy for a cancer concert. That's why
Wow.
talk about first. You can run down a few of the people that you got now from where you were to who you opened up for, and then tell that story about offering your service on that concert for cancer.
Well, I've worked with a lot of artists. Almost every artist you can think about in the reggae industry itself. Thanks to Jamin's promotion. Third World being one of them that has always been there. Bojo, Mikey Spice, Culture, Steel Pulse, Maxi Priest, and the list goes on and on. In a Circle, Bonnie Whaler, and it goes on. Rita Marley as well, but from that side there, I was always being asked to perform on shows that were geared towards giving back. The first one that I actually did was when I was in my early 20s, was in Brooklyn. WABS, I did it, and I went and did that. It was a fundraising for cancer.
Yeah.
And when they said that to me and they asked me, I said, no problem. Didn't hesitate. Went and did it, right? Because it was something that I gravitated to. Then I went and did. I was being asked to do more other stuff like that, to raise funds for hospitals. And I went and did it again, right? And it's like I'd never hesitated. Then Antigua, I went to Antigua. I was asked by JC's that organization there to come and perform on a show with Peter Morgan, right? For cancer. That show there, you know, I'm grateful forever, ever, because that show there, when I did that show that night, I was only in Antigua for 3 days, but that was the last time I saw my father alive. He died a few days after that, right? From cancer. Right now, the cancer didn't kill him, but he was on the verge of it. But that show there was the last time that I actually saw him. And then for JC's again, after Ruggs had passed, I went with Third World. I was able to I talked to Richie and Cat them, and they were willing to go to Antigua to for us to do a concert in the recreation grounds for JC's again, which was a huge show. Everybody did it for free. They didn't, Third World didn't get a dime for it, neither did I. They just brought us there to do it, and it was an experience that we just did it. You know, we had to.
Yes.
So, and then there was other shows that I was doing that always was in that thing. So, you know, in that way, it felt good and it felt right, and it felt like God was driving for you to do these things. And then we did this. We were doing this show in Antigua. They would have the music fest for which was raising money. We had a program. They bring a can and come. You didn't have to pay any money. You just brought a can of non-perishable food stuff, which ended up going back to the needy. So, you know, you're doing all of these things, and I firmly believe, Tanya, that every artist that writes any lyrics down is supposed to live what they write, live what they preach.
Yeah.
Right? Because if we want the message to resonate in somebody's heart, it has to resonate in our heart first and foremost. Right?
Yes.
So
go ahead.
My place in my life right now is just, oh God.
Well, let me say something. My father always said, what you give, you get back. Right?
Yeah.
And you've given so much of yourself. A lot of us artists do those concerts to give back, and you have done that and you gave back. Now it's time for us to give back to Caution.
Yeah. I never thought I would be on that side, you know.
No, Caution, no, honestly. We have about 15 minutes, I would say.
November 19th.
Yes, I want you to say it. November 19th. What happened to you?
No, November 19th, my life changed. Changed forever, changed for everybody around me. I went to the hospital. I went to do a colonoscopy, and everything had went wrong. They had to stop the procedure, and they called the ambulance and rushed me to the hospital. The next day is when I found out what really happened. When I woke up, they had a 3.5-hour surgery on me. A couple of days after that, they came back and told me that they did the biopsy, and I was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. And everything just different.
Yeah.
You know. So and then to make matters worse, I didn't have any health insurance at the time. I wasn't not thinking about that, you know.
No.
I was thinking about those things, and I implore and urge all musicians and so on, and my brothers and my sisters them, to look about these things, because we spend so much time doing music and creating music and traveling all over the place that we neglect sometimes these things here. And you know, when the situation happens now, you realize that how fast anything that you have, your finances can just dwindle very rapidly.
Yep.
So in our case now, you know, we had to start thinking, because I haven't been able to work since then, and then make it worse, this coronavirus thing just come in and put a monkey wrench in everybody's wheel.
Yeah.
Right? So we created the thank you mission, thank you website. Myself and Maurice, who works with me as producer and music director, we were working on this song a 1.5 years ago, and
This is before you found out about the cancer that song was created?
Yeah, I was in Dallas in a hotel. I was doing a project over there, and I wrote the song while I was in Dallas, right?
Wow. Okay.
And we recorded the song for another project that we were doing, and Brian had said to me, listen, Caution, no, so we can't get this tune to them people. Yeah, we need to this tune very powerful. We need to go relax on it and not release it right now, because I think we want to do something else different with it.
Yes.
Not knowing the purpose of all of that. You see, God work in mysterious ways, right?
But that's what I'm saying. Thank you. Like the song, and it all came together. Like big up Maurice on that one.
Yeah. It's like sometimes the force is driving certain things another way. What would make him say that at that time there?
Yes.
You know, and then about 2 weeks before this whole thing took place, November 19th, Third World, they came back off of the road, and me and Brian and I was in the studio here, and we started to say, listen, let's finish working on some of the songs for the for the album, the Mission in Progress album. And that was the song that we started to work on first. And we started to work on it, and I was sitting on the floor just crying.
No. And it's just how vibes you're feeling at the time, and still not knowing what was happening.
Yeah. The emotions of the lyrics itself just started to come over me. 1 week after, I was in the hospital.
Wow. We have to tell them, because I don't want this to end. I admire your strength, and you're so positive, Caution. Like, I mean, you're so inspiring, honest to God. And I'm not just saying that because you're diagnosed. It's just, that is what's going to pull you through. You're so positive, your energy. And we need people to know where they can go to support, buy the t-shirts, send them to the sites where they can go and be a part of this. And, and like you said, it's not just for yourself, it's for, you're hoping this also helps others.
Yeah. Well, what we've been doing before that in terms of the Bring a Can and Come and so on was always for other people, right?
Yes.
So I'm hoping that that we can let this thing grow to a point with the help of the community itself, the entertainment community, which we hope to drive people to the website, ThankYouMission.com, right? The ThankYouMission.com. Once you go there, you can learn more about what's going on. There's a mission statement that's there, and there's also we implore you to purchase one of the t-shirts and purchase the song as a form of donation to help with the medical expenses. And then from there now, once I'm free and clear of this thing here, which I am going to be free of here, because my father is at work in every minute, every second of my life.
He has you.
And go on, we move on to help, to assist other people, because we're here to assist, and in every way, shape, and form. So that's the way for us to tell people to reach out and so on. We were thinking about setting up. Well, my stepmother had talked about setting up a GoFundMe and so on, and I said no. If we're gonna do something, let's do something that's going to make a difference. Let's do something that one, yes, I need the help, that will help me, but also let's do something that's going to turn around and help other people. Because from the music is what brought me to this point here, and the music is what's going to carry me that much distance that I need to go. And the music is going to also put us in a position whereby that we can assist other people, even if it's just for a small amount, but every little, when them say one cocoa.
Yep.
Right.
That's right. Go.
So if we can make a change in a small way, we want to do that.
Yes. So ThankYouMission.com, and you can also purchase Thank You, the track online.
Yes,
Make sure
all
you go
downloads.
there. At Caution on Instagram, make sure you follow Caution. And
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. Also the Instagram and the thank you mission. I want to ask, everybody that's listening to us, if they have an Instagram page, to go and look it up, like it, share it, encourage people to listen to it, and hopefully that we can spread the word. Because Tanya, at the end of the day, we all have enough things to be thankful for,
Oh,
right?
yes.
We
Oh,
have to
yes.
give thanks for the air that we breathe, and especially in this time right now that we're living in, which is so much uncertainty with what go on. We have to be thankful for the little that we do have, and learn to appreciate each other, and love each other. Just be grateful, because when you listen to the lyrics of the song, I've been blessed so many times.
Yes.
I have enough things to be thankful for.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm thankful because I known you for such a long time. And it's so
Yeah.
funny. You just get busy in life. And how I found out was watching Musical Journey JA with Steve Locke. He mentioned it. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And that's why right away linked you,
Yeah.
you know.
Peaches.
Yeah, Peaches, big up Peaches.
My
Peaches, make
Peaches
sure
is
to add
something
some
else, boy.
Instagram.
She's
She's up on
a
top of the
godsend.
Instagram. Big up Peaches. Yes.
Peaches is something else, boy. I don't know what I would do without her, and I hope that God guides us, and
Yes.
also just create the avenue that we can all be together and enjoy. Because if anybody that knows me, I'm a dedicated person to the people that is in
Yeah.
my circle. I don't leave them. Right? I'm
Yeah.
kind of territorial that way. That what I mean. I don't want the people in them around, especially when I find this love for them.
Yes.
I just
Me
want them
too.
to be there all the time. Look here, Simone, that work that has been by my side for throughout a lot of what's going on. I
Yes.
always tell Simone, look here, no matter what go on, right? No
Yeah.
matter what go on, if we don't make it to where we want to go in this music, let's just enjoy the journey so that we can sit back and just relax, and we can have a conversation and laugh about the
Yes.
things in them that we experienced, and we have
Yes.
experienced a lot. And this
Yes.
is just another one,
Your
another.
journey is a blessed one because you love it. You love it from the heart. You love the music from the heart. That's why
Oh
your
yeah,
journey is a blessed one.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yes, man. So, man, we could talk for another hour because I know you have so much more stories. But like I said, I do not want this to be cut off. That's why I wanted to make sure we get all that information in there. And yeah, what else would you like to say? Anybody you want to shout out before we get off the air?
Wow, that's another hour.
Oh, we got 30 seconds.
Listen, Tanya, the most important thing is this. I just want to encourage everybody to stay safe,
Yes.
right? Don't take the situation for granted, that you're actually in.
Yes.
Be loving, right? Love the people around you, because the most important thing at this time here that I've learned is family.
Yes.
Whether that is an extended family or your immediate family, cherish them, because when the things get rough, and get sticky,
Yeah.
they're the ones that you see closest to you.
Yes.
So just approach everything with love, approach everything with thanks, be grateful for all the things that we have been given, right? No matter
Yeah.
how big it is or how small it is, be grateful for it, and look around it, and see that you say, listen, I have life.
Yes.
Everything else is trivial, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Listen to the song, right?
Yes.
Right, listen to the song, because it's for me personally, it touched me in many different ways. And
Yeah.
I just want to encourage the people. I want to say, Tanya, look, it's been great knowing you,
Thank
right?
you.
And thank you very much for being a part of this platform here. And I hope that God gives you the strength and the energy to have this thing grow to where
Thank you.
your heart can just soar, and then farther than where you can make it reach, so
Aw,
that
thanks.
you have the opportunity to excel in this. Your voice, I mean, I've known a lot of your work, and because through Maurice, and then the with the show in Canada that we did together in Calgary.
Yes.
Remember that show there? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
a good. I have pictures of it, and after that, send you some pictures.
Yeah,
I
man.
was big.
Yeah,
Have
man.
pictures of when we
No.
were there. Yeah. But
Yeah,
listen, just be thankful for everything and every
I
day
am.
that we. Yeah.
I'm blessed. I have friends like you around me. So blessed love. Take care. Thank you so much for being on the show. Again, it's the Tanya Mullings Show here on the BarnBurner Network. Catch you same time, same place next week. Blessed love. Good night.
One love. Thank you very much.